So today I'm going to talk to you about CREE8's point of view as far as the future of live production in the cloud. CREE8 is a platform that I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about here in a minute, but we provide a one-stop shop for production teams who are looking to lift and shift into cloud for their workflows. And so I can talk to you in the hall a little bit later about the platform as a whole, but I'm going to hone in today for this audience specifically on how we think about live production and how to leverage the cloud in that environment. So one of the things that I think all of you, and how many of you are actually in live production, spend time in the truck, or have in your past life in the audience? Great. So one of the things that when we started to understand this workflow that I personally did was spend a lot of time in trucks, and going to be in another truck this weekend, because I don't think that we can really understand the challenges that all of you face on a day-to-day basis without actually being there and seeing it. So obviously physical infrastructure is part and parcel of what must happen in productions that happen on the ground, and that capability sometimes can limit your flexibility. And the high costs of flipping that equipment over, the SLAs associated with managing that can sometimes be very prohibitive in productions over time. We, the Zoom team just talked about how do you get that content from one place for another. Time is of the essence when we're talking about content, and delays, when you're especially in the live sports space, can make the difference in fan engagement up to 2x times less engagement if something comes out the next day or even the day after. And then we all know, with COVID and a lot of the transitions in the industry, so much of the talent that is needed to produce these events can't always be on site. So what do we do about all of these problems, and knowing that we need to be able to get that content from point A to point B and in high quality as fast as we can? Oops, you did tell me about the other button. I got. So one of these things that were challenges for us and the KPIs that we took on in how to really address some of these challenges was really the idea about bringing the editors and the tools directly to the content. How many of you still ship hard drives, put it on a plane, put it in an Uber, put it in FedEx? Yeah, see, how many do you do? Probably a lot, right? You're on a live production, you have your street team, your team on the ground, they're on a bicycle bringing the hard drive back to the truck. I mean, these are all things that happen to all of you every day. So one of the things that we wanted to do is try to solve those particular problems. And then obviously the result of that is really making sure that we can deliver seamless real-time collaboration at the rate and pace of the events that are happening. And what we're seeing is up to 75% faster deliveries, and this is really, really important, especially when you're coming right behind, what might be going out on the satellite, and you need to get into, post 1 minute later. Because you can get that out faster, we're seeing up to 4x times, and this is reported by our customers, they're seeing up to 4x times better fan engagement because they're able to put out better quality faster. And then overall, if you think about not having to ship all those people everywhere, you're getting up to about 50% in your reduction in carbon output. So I am going to get the button correct by the end of this this presentation. So these are all, how many of you see your workflows up on this screen and that are in the room right now? We've got sports broadcast, corporate events, concerts, performances, award shows. I mean, I'm assuming that all of these things are all within your purview. So so when we're thinking about how do we actually support these, a lot of these things on the slides are, I don't have to explain to you because you're doing them every day. But what I want to do now is I want to just take a look at a little bit of a quick case study. And this is with the National Hot Rod Association. Is anybody an NHRA drag racing fan? The fastest sport on the planet, right? Everything is over within under a minute, under 30 seconds, right? There's a fan over there. So let's take a look at the NHRA, and we've got some stats for you to look at over this video, so you can look at probably what I consider to be the biggest little production in the world.
sport, especially at this level of nitro drag racing, is at its best when everybody's cards are laying face up on the table. Everybody is preparing their equipment, and they are preparing it for victory here on a Sunday afternoon. You have to rise to the occasion, be your best when the chips are down.
Woo! So here I go again, trying to go the wrong direction. All right. So let's just summarize really what we saw there. The National Hot Rod Association delivers 600 hours of streaming per season over 3 major networks, not including their own streaming platform. They have 2.1 million viewers. Their editors never go to the truck. So they're able to deliver everything soup to nuts on all of the stuff that goes out on streaming right from CREE8. That video that you just saw was all cut and produced on CREE8. That doesn't mean that we're replacing their they have 2 $25 million trucks on the ground that go straight out to satellite. We're not replacing that. We are augmenting that, and we are allowing them to flex and bringing all that content then in centrally so that they can do all the other things that they need to do with it. Not only that, they're cutting all of the other deliverables that go into that broadcast on CREE8, and then that is delivered, sometimes directly down to the EVS machine in the truck for them to cut into the live broadcast. So saving them a ton of times, where sometimes when they were just doing a render out of on the local machines for some of the key deliverables, was taking them 4 hours locally on their local machines on the biggest machines they could buy. We're turning that around for them on a cloud-based workstation called the Beast in 4 minutes. So this is a really, really big improvement to their workflows, and that doesn't count their audio QC and all the other things that they have now shifted and moved into the cloud. So when you think about really how we can transform those workflows, again, this is not replacing all of the amazing equipment that you guys have all invested in, right? This is really just extending that now into cloud-based collaborations with virtual workstations, with that content being really centralized in the cloud and integrating seamlessly with your equipment. I'm talking to many of you, AJA, others, about how do we make sure that, those feeds, you talk to the Zoom team, right? Those SRT feeds, those RTMP feeds, we take those from you as they come in, and then we help you with our transcoding. I'm going to go in a little bit of a technical diagram in a moment. But when you think about what we can deliver in cloud to cloud, we're actually doing that in, 4 to 5 gigs per second on the backbone. So here's just a little diagram. It's a little bit small, and if you're interested, please hit me up afterwards. We do have a solution brief for this that I can send you in detail. So if you see here, you have your cameras, however those are coming off here on the side through any of the encoders. We certainly love, especially for quick turn productions, we love the Elemental Link from Amazon. So that works great. That doesn't suit a lot of workflows. So any SRT, RTMP feed that you can send us, we can go ahead and take. We will go ahead and then transcode that. This is our custom code here into a true growing file. So this isn't something that you have to wait to be stitched for 6 or 7 minutes or however much. This is available to you on your timeline in your workstation within 30 to 45 seconds after live action. So very, very quick turnaround. Your remote editors then can be anywhere that they would like, and then you can then deliver that back out, as I said, Signiant, Aspera. If you want to use VMX, we have CNN that uses VMX on out to their live YouTube. If you need an HLS endpoint, you want to stream out to NDI for color checking over maybe an AJA box or something like that, we can handle all of that from a soup to nuts when it comes to that workflow. So kind of to wrap it up, no new hardware, super fast delivery, pre-configured. If you need a new workstation, you're not waiting for somebody to bring it to you. You're clicking a button and you've got a new one in 5 minutes or less. You can edit from wherever you are. And your IT team is going to love us because you're not going to have to call them. So if you're interested, come and see us, CREE8.io, email us, hello@CREE8.io. Get a demo with us. We'd be happy to help you think about how we can augment and extend your workflow and take it to the next level for live. Happy to take some questions.